The stunning castle at Kalmar has played an important strategic role in Baltic politics since the 12th century. We'd hoped to refuel in the harbour, but as we were quickly starting to realise it was still out of season here in the Baltic, harbours were still empty, and fuel supplies really difficult to obtain. With nothing available at Kalmar, we carried on up the strait between mainland Sweden and the island of Åland. And twice we got lucky. In an empty Sandvik harbour, the harbour master was actually working on his own boat and broke off to supply us with fuel. And in an equally empty Visby harbour on the island of Gotland, when we phoned the harbour master, he was actually on his way to a wedding, but made a detour to top up our tanks. Well, we actually had a lie-in this morning. It's 6 o'clock. Normally we're up by about 4:30. Quick coffee and we're on our way. But yesterday we had a big day. It was absolutely flat, calm seas all day. And we actually motored from dawn till dusk, only stopping to get fuel. And now we're in a tiny little Swedish fishing harbour on a tiny little Swedish island, which is our last jump-off point before a long crossing of about 80-100 miles to the next harbour in Estonia. And after that, St. Petersburg. Well, we've arrived in Estonia. I'm not even going to try and pronounce the name of the harbour, but we're here. Estonia is one of those places that I used to see when I was a kid and I was collecting stamps. It sounded so intriguing, so mysterious. I hadn't got a clue where it was. I'm here now. It was a dreary crossing. Rain all the way, we had the windscreen wipers going all the way. Misty for a lot of the way, we had the radar on all the way. And we didn't see a single vessel from the moment we left this morning until just as we were coming into harbour here. That's over 100 miles. Not a ship, not a yacht, not a fishing boat, nothing. Not even a trace on the radar of anything moving out there. So it was a kind of eerie feeling. This was probably one of the most daunting crossings, in my mind anyway, of the trip, because we were going from the western Baltic to the east. And although it was not any longer than some of the crossings we've done, it was just one of those crossings which psychologically mark in our trip a very big step. Because now we're in Eastern Europe, we're in the Eastern Baltic, we're in Estonia. Tomorrow, with any luck, we're going to be in Russia. Mooring in the old city marina was the perfect location for exploring Tallinn the next morning. And the city was a very pleasant surprise. I'd only really thought of it as the last stop before St. Petersburg, but it's a great place to visit. Friendly, bustling with tourists, and crammed with historic buildings, cobbled streets and squares, I can see why it's a popular short break destination. The medieval old town is listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Here we also went through the formalities of checking out with the authorities, as we were now leaving the EU for our next port of call, St. Petersburg. Or so we thought. Do you ever feel you've made totally the wrong decision? It was a good plan. According to the pilot book, Vergi, is further east on the Estonian coast, is the effective port of departure and return for yachts travelling between Estonia and St. Petersburg. Here you've got a fuel pump, a small restaurant, water, electricity on the pontoons, all the facilities. Great plan. We'd come here, fuel up, and tomorrow, really early, we'd head off to St. Petersburg, where we've already got an appointment to arrive at 12 o'clock. Everything's lined up. Firstly, gale warning. That's beyond my control. Secondly, we arrive at Vergi and it is totally and utterly shut down and deserted. No sign of a human being at all, no fuel, nothing. We got here in thick fog. The fog is just starting to lift, but we've got a gale coming in. I don't think we've got enough fuel to get to St. Petersburg. And if the weather blows up as it's supposed to be doing, then we ain't going anywhere. I fell in love with Tallinn this morning. We could now be sitting in that beautiful beer hall with a great big stein of beer. Instead, I'm sitting cold on a pontoon in a deserted frontier post with no supplies, nothing at all, and not feeling very happy. It almost feels like the holy grail of St. Petersburg might be snatched away from us at this very, very last minute.